All right, here we go. NC State, the Wolfpack, coming off just an insane magical March run, winning the ACC tournament as the number 10 seed in the conference, get the automatic bid, win 4 games, get to the Final Four, and pretty much all the important guys from that team are gone. So I've seen a lot of places project NC State to be like in the 7-8 range. I'm admittedly a little bit lower on NC State. So DJ Burns is gone, DJ Horne is gone, Casey Morsell is gone, Mo Diarra is gone. They do have some experience in the backcourt, guys who will have larger roles this season. Michael O'Connell's back. Jaden Taylor averaged 11 points a game last year. But I just don't think they replaced the departures very well. The key transfers are all from teams that were miserably bad. Brandon Huntley Hatfield and Mike James from Louisville. Mike James, who funnily enough, we drafted like 2 years ago when we did our college basketball team drafts because like we needed a Louisville player and a Georgetown player. So Mike James was featured on one of our teams, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, you get those guys from Louisville and you get Dontrez Styles from Georgetown, North Carolina legend Dontrez Styles. It's a pretty bare bones roster in my opinion. I don't even think they have – I'm lower on the transfers. Maybe you think like the transfers will actually add, an injection of some good stuff to this team, but I just don't even think they have the pieces that could manufacture any sort of like run even within ACC play. I don't really see it.
I don't know if Kevin Keatts can manufacture a run like the one he did last
year.
Right, yeah. Like we are forgetting that, like you said, this guy had them playing on the first day of the ACC tournament. If they hadn't narrowly beaten Louisville, he would have been fired immediately. Pack your bags, get out of Raleigh. And so I have some hesitancy, especially because I think a lot of Ben Middlebrooks' success at the 5 last year was that he was kind of platooned with DJ Burns, and I don't know if he can do that this year, I wonder. And so I'm a little probably higher on Brandon Huntley Hatfield, and maybe I should have fact checked this, but I feel like I remember Kevin Keatts talking about Mike James and Huntley Hatfield and being like, yeah, they almost beat us, like that's why they're here. Like it's kind of like, dude, it happens a lot in this conference this year. Like John Shire talked about Malik Brown dropping like 25 and 8 in Cameron and being like, yeah, I want that guy, It's like bring the guys that beat you type thing. I don't really know. There's a certain level of kind of dynamicism or flair that this like backcourt is severely lacking in when you lose DJ Horne. I think Casey Morsell is going to be a bigger loss than people will probably give credit for.
I would agree with that as well. Yeah.
And so, I don't know. So
it's just like, for me, it boils down to like the big name guys you brought in are 3 like tank commanders. How is that? How is this like anything to be excited about? I don't really want to like knock on these guys. I'm sure it was very tough for Brandon Huntley Hatfield and Mike James to have to play in the Kenny Payne era at Louisville. I would not wish that on anybody. I just have to be like real here. Like this is not a roster that I'm excited about. And I think they lost, like you said, a lot of the pieces that made them like dynamic and like at least a little bit difficult on a one-day scout, Like I just don't think the team is at all dynamic in the same way.
I think their top 8 is at the very least deep. Like I think that he has a lot he can kind of Keatts can pull from to a certain degree.
Sure.
I just don't know how he goes about doing that, especially when like I don't know. You had 2 offensive hubs playing like a 4-out style basketball, and Horne, who could get you a bucket whenever, and if DJ Burns sealed his man on the block, it was an auto bucket. Who is doing that this year?
Right. Yeah.
Like, and so I don't know. Maybe I'm not giving enough credit to Huntley Hatfield because I think he can be.
I think there will be a game this year that's like the Brandon Huntley Hatfield game. You're like, wow, that was sick. There might even be like a Dontrez Styles game this year. I wouldn't be.
Hopefully that one comes against North Carolina. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that. I just, like you said, yeah, they have a bunch of guys who. It's like you can put them on the and you won't get totally embarrassed, but the overall quality I think is lacking with NC State.
And I want this to be said, as a native North Carolinian, and I think this is universally applicable across all NC State athletic programs. But when NC State comes in with expectations, the season does not go well. And it's when there are lower expectations, they tend to overperform. It's especially apparent with their football program, but I think it could also be applied here for hoops.
Yeah, fair enough. Shout out to Raleigh for getting a tournament site in 2026.
That was big. Some people were upset.
Yeah, narrowly beat out Pyongyang, North Korea for that East Regional. There's I think there's like two or three people will get that, but if you know, you know. All right, NC State moving on.